Dear friends, welcome to another episode of Geopolitical News. In this video, we will discuss why it is impossible to have peace between Palestinian terrorists of Hamas and the State of Israel. The conflict between Israel and the Palestinian terrorist group Hamas is a complex issue deeply rooted in history and regional tensions. The violence stemming from these conflicts has impacted not only the region, but also the global stage. To fully understand this conflict, it's necessary to examine the origins and evolution of Hamas, as well as the broader context in which it operates. Hamas, a radicalized group, emerged during the First Intifada, a series of violent protests between Palestinians and Israelis that occurred from December 1987 to September 1993. During this period, some more extremist Palestinian groups became disillusioned with what they considered the overly conciliatory approach of other Palestinian groups towards Israel. As a result, they chose to form their own groups, adopting terrorist tactics like suicide attacks and targeting the Israeli civilian population. Hamas grew in the Gaza Strip over the years and gained political influence in the region, to the point of winning the parliamentary elections in 2006, defeating Fatah, a more moderate and conciliatory Palestinian group. The differences between Hamas and Fatah were so profound that in 2007, a civil war erupted in the Gaza Strip, resulting in the complete expulsion of Fatah from the region. This left the Gaza Strip entirely in the hands of the already radicalized Hamas. The main difference between Hamas and Fatah lies in their approaches to Israel. Fatah is willing to negotiate with Israel in a context that involves the peaceful coexistence of two states in the region. On the other hand, Hamas advocates that the entire region belongs exclusively to the Arabs, with the stated mission of destroying the State of Israel and establishing an Islamic caliphate on the land. Therefore, unlike more moderate Palestinian groups, Hamas is not willing to engage in dialogue with Israel. It's important to emphasize that Hamas does not represent the true aspirations of the Palestinian people, who, like Israel, seek a country to call their own. Hamas represents the destabilizing interests of natural enemies of Israel, with Iran being a notable example. Iran has been financing, arming, and training Hamas for nearly 2 decades, enabling Tehran to indirectly target Israel without exposing itself to Israeli retaliation. Hamas exists today because it is in the interest of countries like Iran to keep Israel under intense pressure and tension. When Israel responds to Hamas attacks with airstrikes, the terrorist group seizes the opportunity to further radicalize its followers, primarily attracting young individuals. At the same time, Hamas portrays itself as a victim, showing dead and injured civilians, many of whom are used as human shields. This strategy aims to mobilize international public opinion in favor of the terrorist cause. It's crucial to understand that Hamas doesn't hold just 120 hostages. In fact, it holds 2 million Palestinians as hostages. This population is used as a human shield behind which terrorists hide from Israeli counterattacks. Due to its extremist and radicalized nature, seeking the destruction of Israel and rejecting any form of peaceful negotiation, Hamas is a terrorist organization that hinders the pursuit of a peaceful solution to the conflict. The alternative to peace between Israel and Hamas is the complete elimination of this terrorist group and the end of the presence of Islamic extremists and terrorists in the Gaza Strip. This would pave the way for the expansion of Palestinian groups with a more conciliatory stance, willing to seek peaceful solutions and coexistence in the region. It's important to note that, despite its existence and influence, Hamas does not represent the entirety of the Palestinian people, many of whom long for a future of peace and stability. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe now and activate the notification bell to stay up to date with the latest news.